Hi and welcome back. For today's video, I have a makeup tutorial on the look that I'm wearing today using the Morphe 35O palette. I absolutely love how this look ended up turning out. I think it's perfect for a night out on the town. So if you guys do want to see how I ended up getting this look, please keep on watching. Today I'm going to be using the Morphe 35O palette, and this is what the palette looks like. I already have my eyebrows done, and I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade and the Brow Wiz in the shades Dark Brown. And I set my eyebrows using the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Original. And we're just going to put that all over the lid. Put a little dot because a little bit does go a long way. Just gonna bring that up to the brow bone. To set that primer, it's gonna go in with this matte white shade. And we're just gonna put that down as a base so that when we're gonna put all the shades on the lid, it's gonna make everything blend a lot easier. I'm just gonna set that primer. For my transition shade, I'm just gonna grab this shade right here, and we're just gonna put that all over our crease. And we're just gonna use this as a transition shade. So we'll have it, it's just gonna make it more of a gradient effect when we start putting in the darker colors. Do the same on the other eye. We're gonna go in with this shade right here. Since it is a darker color, I'm just gonna tap it the slightest. Since it's so dark, it's easier to put a little bit of product in your crease when it is a dark color, because if anything, you can make it darker. If you put too much product and it ends up being too dark, it's harder to blend that out and make it look softer. So I just like going in with just the slightest amount, and then I'll slowly start building up the color depending how dark I want it to be. Just gonna bring it out towards the tail of my brow. If you want to make it sharper, you could just put a piece of Scotch tape on the corner, so when you do take it off, it's just going to give you a really sharp line and make the look a lot more intense. I'm just going to keep it softer. I don't want it to be too intense. This would be a great look for a night out because it is going to be such an intense look. But I mean, you could also use it for everyday basis because there aren't any rules to makeup, and it's just essentially what you're comfortable with. So if you want to do a crazy, really smoked out eye every single day, you do you. Just gonna keep on blending it out and just softening it up and softening up the edges as well. I'm gonna go back in with the first brush. I'm just gonna blend out those edges. Make sure everything's really nice and soft, and there aren't any harsh lines. Just gonna go in and do the same with the other side. You just want to flick it out, and it'll just softly start going to the shape that you want it to. With looks like these, I really like taking my time because you just want to have soft, just want everything to look really soft and nothing too harsh, and just for it to give a really nice gradient effect. It looks the best when you take your time and you're patient with it. That's why my friends always complain that I'm always the last one to get ready and that we can never leave places on time. And this is why. Because I take my time. Because I don't want to go out looking like a hot mess. For the outer corner, just going to want to pull. And then like circular motions. And then windshield wiper motions on the inner part. Just going to go back in with this brush and just blend out those edges. Just make it really nice and soft. Don't want any harsh lines. Now we're going to go in with this Royal and Langnickel medium shader brush. I want something a little bit more intense on the lid. I don't want to keep it matte, so we're going to go in with that one right there. Tap the excess off. We're just going to pack that on the lid. If you do want to make this shadow a lot more intense, you can go ahead and wet your brush with a setting spray, water, eye drops, anything. And it's just going to make the eyeshadow pop out so much more. But I think I'm just going to keep it like this. I'm going to pack that on. I'm gonna grab some eyeliner. Just gonna do a really small wing. So I went ahead and did my eyeliner off camera using the Revlon Colorstay Skinny. This is like my holy grail eyeliner. Today we're gonna be using the Maybelline FitMe Matte and Poreless in the shade 330 Toffee Caramel. So I'm just gonna put some of that right in the back of my hand. Oh. This foundation is a little bit dark for me, so I'm gonna go in with the Milani foundation. Just put a little hump of that in there, just to even it out. I'm just gonna mix that on the back of my hand, and it made it a lot lighter. Dot that on my face. All I did was just blend out my foundation. I used the Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm gonna go in with concealer. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Better Skin concealer in the shade Medium Deep. And for that, I'm gonna use the Real Techniques sponge just to press that in. When you are using any kind of sponge, you do want to make sure that it is damp. You're just gonna want to run it down the sink and just kind of like squeeze it out until it gets a lot bigger, because when they are dry, they are a lot smaller. And it's just, I just feel like a lot of people don't know that you're supposed to use them wet. But I mean, if it works for you when it's dry, then just keep on doing it if you like how it makes that look. It's gonna wanna bounce it right on the skin and just blend everything out. Once all of that is blended out, I'm going to be using the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Fit Clay Finishing Powder. Just like that. And press it. And that's just going to prevent the concealer from creasing. And then I'm just going to dust it on with a big fluffy powder brush just to set the rest of that foundation. Using a Royal & Langnickel Revolution BX95 definer brush, I'm just gonna go back into that crease shade. Just put it on the tip of the brush, dust off the excess. I'm just gonna put that on the lower lash line. Just gonna want to bring it in, put it right below the eyeliner. So you're just gonna take it all the way to the end. Right where just to connect it with the other shadow. Same on the other eye. Right below eyeliner. Use the Marc Jacobs gel liner. Just gonna put that right on the waterline. Going back in with the Royal & Langnickel brush, we're gonna go into that shade that we use in the crease again. Just put a little bit more. We're gonna go in with mascara and use the Benefit Ethereal Mascara. In the next clip, my camera had died, so all I did was put bronzer in the hollows of my cheeks and blush. We're also going to put some bronzer on our temples. Just bring it down, kind of making a 3 shape. Right on our hairline. Just bring it down this way. You don't want to forget the jawline as well. And then bring it down to your neck as well. That way everything matches. I'm also going to put some bronzer on my nose. That way everything could be the same color. Because if not, everything's going to be bronze on the perimeter of my face. The inner part of my face isn't going to be as bronze. Okay. For highlight, we're going to be using Colourpop Cosmetics Super Shock in the shade Wisp. Put that on the high points of our cheeks. Now using my fingers, I'm going to put some on my Cupid's bow, tip of my nose, then a little bit down the bridge of it. Since the eye look is a little bit intense, I kind of want to keep the lips a little bit more on the neutral side. For the lips, I'm going to be using Ofra Cosmetics in the shade Americano. It's a liquid lipstick. So we're just going to go ahead and put that on. That completes this makeup look. If you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. If you guys have any requests on any other makeup tutorials you would like to see, please leave it in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!